We want to call this meeting to order. We welcome you all here today. This is the Weber County Commission meeting dated today at 10 o'clock on June 21st, which just happens to be the summer solstice, which is the longest day of the year. So tonight when you go home, in fact, Commissioner Ford, how many days and hours of daylight do we have?
15 hours and 6 minutes to be exact.
That's right. Boy, I tell you, he's a very astute.
Astute. Yes, yes.
Learning.
Yes.
He's got it down.
I've got it down. I listen.
He does. He does listen. All right, our Pledge of Allegiance today will be given by Mrs. Stephanie Ebert, and our invocation by Mrs. Cassie Bybee, and our thought of the day will be Commissioner Frohr. So to that point, Stephanie? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our Father in heaven, we come before thee this time with gratitude in our hearts for the privilege that we have to be able to live and work and play in Weber County, that we are able to serve the people here. And we ask you to please bless and be with us as we make decisions for the people in this county, and that they might be good decisions, that the people may continue to prosper and live healthy, prosperous lives, we pray. We say these things humbly in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Mr. Chair. I think today it's really a potpourri of thoughts rather than just one. So we just had a great weekend, celebrated the first federal holiday for Juneteenth. Actually, it was the 19th, I believe, on Sunday, but we celebrated it yesterday since it fell on Sunday. That's a worthwhile federal holiday. I hope everybody appreciates the significance of that. At the same time, we celebrated Father's Day, and it was a time for us that have lost our fathers to think back about the times and the education and the significance of that holiday. And for those that still have their fathers, I'm glad that they have those, and I hope they enjoyed the day and celebrated when they have their fathers, because they're not here a long period of time. We need to take that opportunity to recognize them, celebrate that date. And obviously today is the solstice, 15 hours, 6 minutes, as Commissioner Jenkins mentioned. I'd encourage everybody to get out and enjoy this great weather. We had a little storm yesterday. Commissioner Jenkins and I actually golfed in a downpour with our sons, celebrating an extended Father's Day, which was a great opportunity for us. But I'm encouraged by the way we're starting off this summer for our water. We had a little fresh snow in Ogden Valley yesterday because of that. Creeks were running high, and boy, if we can go another 2 or 3 weeks with this, I'm encouraged it's going to be a great green summer. That's my thoughts.
That's a great thought. I agree with that. We were in our rain gear. That's how bad it was. And all of a sudden it stopped raining, and the clouds started lifting, and right there on the backside of Ben Lomond Peak and Ogden Peak, the snow was down to, I said 8,000, but you said 7,200.
I think it was about 7,000 to 75, something, yeah.
And I'm telling you, it was absolutely a gorgeous moment, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. You don't see every day like that.
I'll say. And when you look at that, the last day of spring, for that to happen, wow.
Amazing,
It was
huh?
great. It was absolutely great. So I agree with that. Thank you, Commissioner. That's a great thought for today. All right. Time for us to go to item E on our agenda, which is the public comments. If we have any public comments related to our agenda today, we'd love to hear from you. If anybody we have some public with us today, and gee, right now would be the time for you to walk right up to this mic and speak. I see nothing.
Not all at once, though, please.
Yeah, that's right. All right, well, I guess we'll go and skip that and go to the next item, which is a presentation of recognition of the Ogden Musical Theater Advisory Board for their outstanding service. Mrs. Cassie Bybee. Cassie, welcome today.
Thank you.
By the way, that was a great prayer.
Oh, thank you. Well, thank you, Commissioners. I'm looking at the agenda today, and I'm thinking, oh, my word, lots of things going on. But this is, let me just start by thanking you for the opportunity to share a little bit about Ogden Musical Theater, our story, and the amazing board members that are with us. And I would, as I speak, I'd like to bring them up and individually introduce them. But just let me start by telling you a little bit about how Ogden Musical Theater started. It was back in 2016 that Commissioner Ebert came to Marty Smith and myself and asked us to start a TEDx program over at the theater, as well as bring live musical theater back to Perry's Egyptian Stage. Well, I was naive enough to realize that that couldn't be done. I thought, okay, we'll do it. And I didn't realize what a heavy lift it would be, and it's been so rewarding to do this. But we actually started that very summer. So when we started looking into it, some people that we met with said, oh, you can't. You've got to work on this for about 18 months to 2 years before you actually can start your first musical. I said, well, no, we need to have a musical this summer. On the stage that August, starting that August. And so we reached out to Mari Tarbox, and she accepted to be our artistic director, and she couldn't be with us today, but that was the first step. Then one by one I started meeting with people, taking them to breakfast or meeting them to lunch and talking to them about serving on a board, and we put together the advisory board. And really what makes the success of people that like this advisory board and Mari Tarbox, bringing people together that are better than yourself, that have more knowledge than you do, listen to them and let them start serving, and then that is the recipe for success. And so with that said, we have had many contributions from the community. We continue to grow in contributions for Ogden Musical Theater, and it's been very successful. We started out with just one summer show, and now we do a spring show, we do a summer show, and we do a fall show. So we actually have a full season, and the board would like to see that continue to grow and grow and grow and just take over more space over at the theater and things. But we're also a rental house there and use the theater for many other things in the community other than just OMT. But Jim Harvey, Commissioner Harvey, was with us as well as Marty and some others as we met with our first donor. And when we met with America First and kind of sold them on a vision of Ogden Musical Theater, and it was them saying, okay, because really we were selling them a vision and a dream, and they helped support that, and they helped support that financially, and that got us out the door. And then, of course, with our ramp grants and so many other generous people in the community, we've continued to grow and cover all the costs. The difference between Ogden Musical Theater and some of your other community theaters is we wanted to make sure that the production team was compensated as we bring in directors and your choreographers and your musical directors and your set builders and your charge artists and your lighting design and your sound designers, all this. Your charge artists and things, that they actually are paid for their service. But not only that, but the actors get a stipend as well. We started with a small stipend, and we've been able to grow that stipend to the point that the people being paid right now at Health Theater, the actors being paid at Health Theater, with the exception of sometimes their equity actors or their leads, but their ensembles and things that work at Hell Theater, we pay the same amount to our actors that they do down at Hell. So we've been able to graduate that fee or that stipend up. We continually try to compensate for the talent, and that helps us draw more exceptional talent and things, but it just helps with the overall success of Ogden Musical Theater. So with that, that's just a little bit of an overview. This year, this summer show is Shrek the Musical, and that opens July 29th. And tickets are on sale now, and it runs for 3 weekends. It closes August 13th. Shrek is a huge show. Just a little bit of about that is with COVID, we started doing auditions online. And we had a gentleman that was at Louisiana University, and he saw the auditions online and decided that he was going to send in an audition tape as a University of Louisiana student in the musical program there. So we brought him in as our donkey, and he will be playing the part of donkey. And I thought, well, if you'll get your airfare here, talk to another board member, and he said, well, I've got space that I can put him up and things, and even can help him with the job if he wants a summer job. So we actually have Adrenaline that is with us from the University of Louisiana, and he will be playing the donkey like Eddie Murphy did, and he's just a great asset to our cast as well as so many other that are cast. So just a little tidbit there that it's amazing what social media does and who picks and how your social media continues to grow and things. So we were thrilled about that. We said, get your airfare here, we'll help you find a place to live, and it all worked out for him. So he's thrilled to be here this summer. So with that said, can I bring the board members up?
Yes, we'd love that.
Any questions from you first?
Commissioner Harvey, this is your portfolio. Go ahead.
Well, thank you. You know, I was just sitting here while Cassie was talking, and it's amazing that a lot of times through a commission meeting, we not only deal with contracts and ordinances and referendums and all these different things that come before us. There's some zoning and planning we spend a lot of time on, a lot of meetings. We deal with water, we deal with human resources, community benefits, community services, voting. I mean, it just goes on and on. The county does everything, but we also, in this county in particular, that's different from most of the other counties, is we have a great theater. We have a great, and it's the people that run it. It's because we have people who care. And I'm really grateful that we have so many qualified, really, really talented people who care about our own community and perpetuating this love of theater and thespianism and everything else to a future. And Cassie, I'm remembering back, golly, for me, I'm remembering back into the 90s, how this theater's gone up and down and around since it was really renovated, and the difference that you've made to make sure that things like sponsors, not just with the Ogden Musical Theater, but your involvement with sponsorships for getting the new lighting and the seating and with the help from this commission and other things. It's just, your legacy will matter for the grandchildren of our grandchildren, and I really appreciate your time and effort that's come here as well. You're a spark plug, and the motor doesn't run without a spark plug.
Well,
we really appreciate that very much.
Oh. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Well, you surround yourself with good people, and then they just buoy you up. That's what you do. Get emotional. So, because honestly, there's so many so many experiences and so many relationships, and I'm just the conduit that helps move things forward. So I appreciate all their time and their sacrifice and their talents, because I know that they're all busy and they all have things outside of Ogden Musical Theater, and so to be able to spend their time and volunteer their time for the success of Ogden Musical Theater, and to have to support the mission of Ogden Musical Theater, which is to bring family-friendly live musical theater to the Perry's Egyptian stage, and we appreciate that. It's important that also with the Kids Act Up program, that we nurture children and let them express their talents and grow and learn about theater and performing and things, and then be able to have the experience of performing on such an iconic stage. I mean, some children, we have scholarships. We don't turn children away other than when the class is full. We've moved it to 80 this year, and that's been a challenge. And I will just put a little plug in for Kids Act Up, because the performance of Aladdin Kids is this Friday at Perry's Egyptian Theater at 12:30. The doors open at 12. It's at 12:30, and it's free to the public. It's a great way to spend your lunch hour. It's a 45-minute show, and these kids have worked hard in 10 days to learn all their parts and choreography and music and things, and it's just a delightful, fun things for the children. And then we get to tie them into Ogden Musical Theater and other shows they get to audition for as well. So with that said, I'm just going to ask my board to come up, and then I'd like to introduce each one of them if that's all right with you.
We would love it if you do that, and then we'll come down and make the presentation. So
Wonderful,
introduce them and
wonderful.
have them come up.
Okay, let's see. Come on up and I'll introduce you. So Jolene Zito, that's walking up here, this is Jolene Zito. She served as our vice president for OMT for years. Pam Higginson was our chair for OMT, and we got started, and I did kind of a little sneaky thing. I let her work for a year, and then I brought her over and let her be put on the board, so I got her for 3 years instead of just the 2. Slid her into 1 year, but she's been extremely instrumental in helping us build that foundation and helping bring other people onto the board and really set us up with our bylaws and everything that we needed to do to be successful. So thank you so much to Pam and her leadership, and she was our vice chair. Currently, this is Karen Bristol right here in the blonde, and she is serving as our vice chair currently. Rhett Long is our chair, but he is in Europe. He gets back tomorrow, so he's just missing it by a day. But he's
at juvenile delinquent school over there in Scotland.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then we have Pam Parkinson, and Pam Parkinson has served on our board for many years in hospitality, and she's a real shark. She's a go-getter, and she'll ask anybody for anything. Love Pam Parkinson. That's right. She's great. And then this is Lori West, and she helps with a lot with her Kids Act Up program and has such a passion with children and children being involved in musical theater. So we appreciate everything that Lori does as well. She's very artistic in wanting to make sure centerpieces are a certain way and whatnot. So we appreciate everything that Lori does as well. And then we have Annette DeFries, and Annette DeFries is also in hospitality. So every show that we do, each of the production team as well as the actors, when they come in that first night of the show, they have a gift bag. And it's Pam and Annette. They gather, and they put these wonderful gift bags together, each opening of the show from the Ogden Musical Theater Board, that makes the actors feel so special and appreciated and things. And so it's just a little touch that is exciting for them, and they're really, really good at it. I'm in awe at some of the bags they put together, and they even like color coordinate them sometimes at the show. It's amazing what they do. So Annette's wonderful, and all these board, not only does this board financially give to the board, but they also, give service hours as well. And then we have Ernest Gonzalez, and he has been a board member from the first time we were putting the board together here in a commission meeting. He heard me speak about OMT and reached out and said, I need to be a part of that because he feels like musical theater helped his children go in a different direction in life that helped them just be better human beings. So he wanted to be involved, and we appreciate him being on our board. And then Sean Myers is our newest member, and we're so thrilled to have Sean Myers on our board and what he represents to this community. So we're thrilled to have him joining us today. So there's a few more board members that couldn't be here today, but that's our wonderful, fabulous board.
Great.
Good.
Well, commissioners, why don't we go down in front, and then Commissioner Harvey, you can make the presentation.
Maybe I should, as we do this, could I ask Marty Smith and Jennifer Graham to come up? Jennifer she comes to all the board meetings as well. Come on. And Marty's well. She comes to all the board meetings and helps keep us straight with a lot of things. And I will say this, we want to thank Weber County because the financial backing with just our staff and the theater itself and everything that you guys do and the vision that you have and the support that you give to Ogden Musical Theater, we wouldn't be able to be successful if we didn't have that support from the commission. We just wouldn't. So thank you to you guys.
Let's come on up here so we can get a picture, if you would. Well, it does.
Sean, how are you? Good, how are you?
Closer this way and squish really tight. And squish.
This is a plaque or a recognition of appreciation to all of you and the members that aren't here, but to help get you here. There's a lot that say, and it's one thing to be able to buy a ticket and come and support, and we appreciate that. But it's another thing to really work behind the scenes and do, and not just talk about it, but do. And we really do recognize and appreciate what you do. It'll go a long, long ways, and you'll never be properly recognized the way that we really feel this goes. We as a commission are united. We're 100%. We appreciate you, and we appreciate the direction that you've helped this program go in. It makes a difference in lives, and just if you use for me, if you use merely the Kids Act Up program in and amongst itself when it first started, not that that's the only one, but you've seen the numbers start from the 30s, then the 40s, and then the 50s, 60s, and now 80, and now talking about even something even more. What that does is you all recognize that it perpetuates good things, and so there's not just summer baseball or summer football or going to the water slides, but something else to develop talents that I think is really good. And so I'm particularly grateful for this, as it was instilled in me as a young boy, and that's through the USO programs how I met my wife. And so I love this kind of stuff. And so we have just this plaque of appreciation. We are just proud to recognize with sincere appreciation for your continued and outstanding service. And so I don't know if Karen or Pam, I present as the vice presidents, I present this to both of you. We present this to both of you and your board for your support. So will all of you please give us a round of applause? I'm going to just kind of stand right here in the middle. I always like to.
Oh, gee, so you just inserted yourself right in the middle.
I know.
Oh, Gage, did you see how slick that was?
All right.
I've been liking standing around Pam for a long time.
1, 2, 3.
Now, we sent her the hook on phonics. That's how we got that right down. So,
Is that it? You got it?
thank you very much. Thank you.
Good organization.
Well, I knew Commissioner Harvey was pretty smooth, but I've never seen him move quite like that. He went right to the center of that group, just like
I
that.
didn't know he could move that fast.
I know.
Wow.
That was quite a move.
That was a stealth move.
I know it was.
I'm going to call him the new ninja.
Oh, I tell you,
Beverly Hills got nothing on me.
that was really nice.
That was good.
I tell you, we're very fortunate to have a group like that. All right, next item on the agenda is the consent items. Request for approval of warrants that are listed today for the amount of $1,743,000. Request for purchase orders for the amount of $1,323,000. Item 3 is approval of, that's the warrant report. Lynn, you going to do that?
I am ready.
Yes, please, go ahead.
All right, thank you, Commissioner. We had 20 purchase orders totaling $1.3 million. Largest of these, 86% or $1.13 million went to the Weber Morgan Health Department for HEPA filter and units K through 12 grant. Everything else was less than 5%. For the warrants, we had 223 totaling $1.7 million. Largest of these, 33% or $571,000 to the transfer station for maintenance and waste disposal. 17% or $290,000 to the treasurer for a trust escrow disbursement. 13% or $220,000 to the paramedic for contracted services, and 11% or $190,000 to the library for software maintenance and contracted services. Everything else was less than 10%.
Thank you, Lynn. So purchase orders, we normally don't see them that big. And Jason called me today and talked to me about this, that one PO is $1.134 million
Yeah.
for the health department. He was saying that these are federal grants that go to these HEPA filters that is a pass-through. So wanted to make sure we knew that.
Good to know.
Yeah. And we as a county don't have any liability there.
Oh, good.
So
No liability.
Right. All right. So any questions on that?
None for me.
All right, then we'll move on. Item 4 is approval of the minutes for the meeting of June 14th. Item 5 is a request for approval to declare parcel number 11-044-0025 as surplus property. Item 6 is approval of the county governing policy governing the evaluation and selection of recipients of coronavirus state and local fiscal recovery funds. And item 7, request for approval of retirement agreements by and between Weber County and Kevin Thorstead, retiree. Questions, commissioners? Either of you?
No questions for me.
Not for me.
And then, if you're ready,
I am.
I'll make a motion that we approve the consent items as listed today in items G1 through and including 7.
Second.
Very good. I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye?
Aye. Thank you. Item H, action item 1. First item is request for approval to certify the tax rate for 2022. Staff Ebert. Stephanie, how are you today? Good to have you here. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. If you'll remember, clear back to November 23rd, 2021, Weber County held a public hearing to present the 2022 operating and capital budget, tentative budget, and a proposed tax increase. And then on December 14th of 2021, action was taken on those items and resolutions were passed to adopt these items. But as a calendar year entity, we know what the amounts are of that budget at the time, but because we do not have the assessed property values at that time, we don't know what the tax rate is going to be. And so the assessor's office works diligently over the next several months to come up with those values, and have done so and have submitted those to us and to the state. And now the state has put that into the tax rate system and come up with the actual tax rates. And so I'm actually here to certify those rates because we took all of the steps that were necessary back in December. We don't need to do anything further that way. We just need to have those rates certified by the 22nd of June, which is tomorrow.
Commissioners, questions? So if you notice on there, our proposed tax rate was .001922, and the auditor's, the actual tax rate will be 001847. It'll be a little less, and that's because the property values are up. So we met last night, Central Weaver Sewer did, and we had the same thing.
Exactly.
We had a tax increase, and yet the actual amount that the tax rate was going to be was still substantially less because of the appraised value of property right now is so high.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's something that hopefully the public would pay attention to, knowing that that tax rate goes down as values go up, that it doesn't necessarily increase just because of the value of their home goes up. This is a great example.
Right.
Right.
We had values that increased on average about 33%
Yeah.
this year. Huge,
Right.
huge increases. So as Commissioner Jenkins mentioned, those tax rates have gone down.
Yeah, that's good. No.
Very good. So any questions for Stephanie?
No.
Very good. We need to approve this then.
Mr. Chair, I'd move to approve the certified tax rates presented by Mrs. Ebert this afternoon, or this morning, for 2022.
Very good. We have a motion
And I'll second that.
and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. They're approved. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Item 2 on our agenda today is a request for approval of contract between Weber County and Miss Rodeo, Utah, for leasing space at the Ogden Eccles Convention or Conference Center, the theater for the 2022 Miss Rodeo event. Cassie Bybee.
Okay, Commissioners, thank you. What we have partnered with Miss Rodeo Utah, and so their fee structure is slightly off from the fee ordinance, and in lieu of that, I mean, they actually were one of the major sponsors for that event. So we will be recognized as a sponsor and things, and even though they're paying rental, it's at a reduced rate. Basically, part of their load-in, we're not charging them for that load-in and their rehearsal that they do on a Friday evening, and then the event is actually on Saturday. So there's the difference from the fee ordinance, and then we take a sponsorship. That's what we give them as our sponsorship. So we partner
Very
with
good.
them.
Questions, Commissioners?
No questions.
Mr. Harvey, this is your.
Yeah, so thank you very much. Commissioners, it'd be my recommendation that we approve this contract by and between Weber County and the Miss Rodeo, Utah, for leasing the space at the conference center.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that passes. Thank you. Item 4 is a request for a contract by and between Weber County and, I missed that. I skipped one there. Item 3, a request for approval of contract by and between Weber County and Miss Rodeo, Utah, to lease space at the Ogden Egyptian Theater
For 2023.
for 2023. Yeah, that's the difference there.
It's
Thank
thank
you.
you.
I
Yeah,
just
and what
about
I-
goofed that. This is for 2023.
Yes.
So Commissioner Harvey, or our Commissioner Bybee, Cassie?
Okay. That was easy.
Yeah,
Just
good for
kidding.
you. You just got a promotion.
Here we go.
Again, we've taken that rehearsal and that load-in and waived that so that we are recognized as one of their major sponsors for the event. I just wanted to add that both 22 and 23, we have increased the rate from where they have been in the past. And then, of course, food and beverage is slightly higher as well with the cost of food and things. So even though their fees are actually increasing, it's still not, we're still slightly off from the fee ordinance because of the load-in.
Very good. I guess we could have called those two together if we
We
wanted
could have,
to.
but it's okay. And
Commissioner.
I'll go ahead and make a recommendation that we approve the same contract for 2023.
Second.
Very good. Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. They're passing. Thank you. Okay, item 4 There's a request for approval of a contract by and between Weber County and the following individuals for Ogden Musical Theater 2022 production of Shrek. Joseph Blake as a choreographer, Kenneth Plain as the musical director, and Andrew Bartlett Lewis as the director. Cassie?
Yes, so these gentlemen, they're all with Weber State University, and we are thrilled to be able to have them contracted with us this year to do Shrek. So they're just slightly over being able to be on the consent agenda with what we're paying them, but we feel privileged to have Ken Plain handling our music, as well as Andrew Barrett Lewis as the director, and we're excited about that. And then Joe Blake, I've worked with both of the others before, but Joe Blake is new to us and things, and he's coming on as the choreographer for Shrek. So we're thrilled to have him as well.
That's good. This makes you feel good when you get this caliber of people to
Absolutely.
come and work for your production, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, Andrew Barrett Lewis, he actually was out of state, and he's just gotten back because he takes his summers from Weber State and then goes and directs shows all over the United States. So he's already left since graduation, went and directed one show, and now he's back to do our Shrek. So,
That's good.
yeah.
Commissioner Harvey, once again.
It makes living in Weber County even more attractive because we have so many opportunities for such a diversified group. So I'll make a motion that we approve these contracts between the three individuals that were listed in the presentation.
Second.
Very good. I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That's approved. Thanks,
Okay,
Cassie.
thank you.
Item 5 is a request for approval of a resolution between Weber County appointing trustees to the Board of the Wheeler Basin District. Stephanie Russell. So Stephanie is our economic development main hot shot director.
Commissioners,
Ms. Schott?
Go ahead, Steph.
thank you. We have board appointments for two different districts today. I'll start with Wheeler Basin. This is a newly created district, and we have given our public notice for the posting according to state statutes for these appointments. There are 3 applications that were received, and all 3 have met the qualifications. We are looking for approval of the proposed applicants. You do have a resolution before you for Wheeler Basin, resolution of the Weber County Commission appointing trustees to the Board of the Wheeler Basin District. There's 3 appointees, Eric Ahern, Steve Isowitz, and James Hill. Pending their approval, we will randomly select the terms of their service. They will be randomly assigned to the different positions on this resolution. There's 3 different terms, and they have different expiration dates.
Very good. So we do this traditionally, and this is a new board.
New
So,
board.
any Commissioner Frohr, you got any questions? This is kind of in your
Would I need
area.
to select?
No, I think I've reviewed this, and
Okay.
the process that we went, the application process was,
So we'll do the selection before you do the actual
yeah.
vote.
So Steph, why don't you bring that up here to Commissioner Frohr? He'll draw those.
Okay, so position number 1.
Okay, position 1. Stephen Isowitz. This is position 2, I'm assuming? All right, hold on, that's the one. Position 2 is Eric Ahern. And position 3, James Hill. Okay.
Very
Do
good.
you need a motion on that?
I do. You have the resolution numbers in front of you, so go ahead.
I'd move to approve resolution number 31-2022 of the Weber County Commission appointing the trustees to the Board of the Wheeler Basin District as just drawn out in that order as presented by Ms. Stephanie Russell.
Second?
Very good. I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. It passes unanimously. Oops, hold
Oh,
on. Yeah, I called
Sorry,
that
and
wrong.
I missed it too, Craig.
I'm sorry, Craig. This is a roll call vote.
Oh, Judas.
Oh, Judas is right. So go ahead.
All right, thank you. Roll call vote for Resolution 31-2022, Commissioner Faur.
Aye.
Commissioner Harvey.
Aye.
Chair Jenkins.
Aye with an apology. Very good. Okay. Yeah, item 6 is a request for, resolution. Weber County Commission appointing trustees to the board of the Trapper Loop Water Improvement District. Once again, a new district. Stephanie?
Okay, this district is also in conjunction with the Snow Basin Development, and it is a newly created district. Public notice was posted according to state statute. We received 4 applications. One of the applicants did not qualify, and one actually removed his application. So there are 2 applications before you, one from James Hill and one from Steve Isowitz. We are looking approval for the proposed applicants. Today you have the opportunity to appoint 2, and then the vacancy will be reposted for another 30 days for the 3rd position. Just as a side note, the board can still function with two board members, and then we'll fill that 3rd position after the 30-day posting.
Very good. Questions?
No.
Commissioner Faur, this is your area.
Do we need to draw out on this too? or
This
not?
one does not require a lot
This
of.
is not required. Okay, Mr. Chair, I would move to approve Resolution 32-2022, appointing trustees to the board of the Trappers Loop Water Improvement District as presented by Ms. Russell this afternoon.
I'll second that motion.
Very good. We have a motion and a second. A roll call vote. Craig?
Roll call vote for Resolution 32-2022, Commissioner Faur.
Aye.
Commissioner Harvey.
Aye.
Chair Jenkins.
Aye. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Appreciate it. Good job. All right. That finishes our work today. We have 11:30 meeting start right after this. So, commissioners, comments today?
None
Come
for me.
on. It's been a good day. We
Been a good
had
day.
some good stuff we did today.
Great to see
Not
you.
often do you get a chance to do something as neat as we did.
Yeah. Good.
Commissioner Harvey?
We got a good staff, and I can't thank Cassie and also Marty and Jennifer enough for what they do.
Oh, I agree with that. I agree with that. We shine over there. That makes me feel so good. Well, aren't you going to sing and dance?
No, but I'll tell you this though. I'll harmonize with you when you start.
Well, that isn't going to happen. So, Commissioner Faur, anything you want to say?
I don't see that. No,
We'll harmonize with you.
okay.
No.
Let's harmonize on a motion to adjourn.
Okay, I've got a motion.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned. Hold on. Adjourned.